Gamers, gals, and my non-binary pals. Welcome back. It's short hair Stevie, your second favorite presenter. And I want to talk about a little thing that popped up on my timeline, and it's regarding Nerd Factor. Now, Nerd Factor is known for having a lot of takes, and all of them certified bangers. This man is the fucking LeBron James or Larry Bird of just spitting straight fire. Nobody does it like this guy. And it was regarding two polls. I need to gauge public opinion in this because I'm gonna lose my mind. Opinion on X player gets is how good X card are. At this point, I think it's worse than YG.org reading videos from way back. And the majority of people like it. You know, it's very easy to consume, very formulaic content that's able to be replicated among literally basically every single game platform, every single blah, 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 blah. But a pretty significant minority, that's about 40%, aren't really big fans. It's 47, like 53, which isn't great. He also uploaded a second poll. Opinion on progression style content, 2+ creators just recording matches with some Twitch to it. I think this has been milked dry beyond redemption. I cannot fathom the slightest interest in it anymore, and almost that is all left on YugiTube. And a lot of people still kind of have a very positive outlook on it. And this is something that I've kind of noticed, at least on a personal level for a while. And I want to kind of talk about this. And this story kind of takes us all the way back to the Clipper era. God, I miss this era of YugiTube. I made so much money back then. I didn't even have to do anything. I just hit the little beep, 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 ship it. Oh my God. I could just upload a video about Farfa talking about Dune. It would get like 5,000 views. I have to like play Labyrinth to get that amount of views. Oh my God, what a good time. House of Champs says it best in the sense where YugiTubing is very late to catch up to the party. So around this period of time of like 2020 to 2021, let's just say I was a little clip fiend. I was basically a clip channel. I was just robbing money out of pockets left and right, and this shit was broken. It got like hundreds of thousands of views. It made disgusting amounts of money. Was it ethical? Did content creators like it that much? We don't talk about that one guy who threatened legal action. It's free promo. YugiTubers don't understand that. 90% of YugiTubers will whine and complain and say they're stealing my content. They're taking money straight out of my pockets, and uploading it onto yours is gonna ruin my future video. And I'm like, I'm not taking your whole stream highlight. I'm taking like one bit out of it at best. I'm not like the Baus FFS channels that would get taken down because people wanted to like upload Baus content because he's like the only League streamer worth watching, and like basically future videos and games would just get robbed before they could even go live on his channel because he has a problem with like upload consistency. But YouTubers complaining challenge possible. But ever since this era and people kind of realizing that, oh yeah, we should just do what other channels do and just make like highlight videos in regards to, you know, just switch highlights of here's me doing XYZ judge ruling, or here's me like reacting to a thingy majiggy. It was very or here's me doing like XYZ formulaic progression content that basically is the same as every other like clip farmed content. It's kind of like Sniper Wolf, where she would just upload very formulaic content of I react to XYZ thing, or I will play XYZ trending game in order to, you know, farm the limited clout I can out of this, you know what I mean? And as a result, at least for me personally, it makes Yu-Gi-Oh content or specific styles of content and the current YouTube landscape of content farming borderline like unwatchable in some capacity. I still like it, but when that's all you see, it gets a bit old and fatigue sets in as a lot of more literally anything else starts to dry up. And let's be real, Simo Milk did dry years ago. We had 6 separate series all going at once for a couple months. Yeah, Simo was definitely the definition of like the content farm lifestyle in regards to old Simo was just, I mean, even current Simo was just, here's me doing Ramen style content. Here's me opening bad cards in Master Duel for like 50 hours. Here's progression series. It was very formulaic, and it was just the same content over and over and over again. I wish I had a content farm. Vlogs, shut the fuck up. You are part of the problem in the worst possible way. Vlogs, you may be making high quality, consistent, well-produced content, but let's not pretend that this shit is not the most fucking content farmy shit I've ever seen. Top 10 cards that discard for effect. Top 10 worst level 4 monsters. Top 10 coin flipper cards with the most impactful effects. Top 10 more of the best fusion monsters. I have no idea what you're talking about. Failed cards, spy cards, and sometimes times mechanics in Yu-Gi-Oh. What the fuck does that even mean? Did I mention I donate to charity? Yeah, I do that too when I'm trying to get a tax write-off. But at a certain point, it does feel like a lot of these content creators are making these sort of formulaic, super seried content that is mass producible and very easy to produce in some capacity, that is basically producible in like a factory-like setting, that it does feel like a lot of the really cool things about content as a whole, especially when you're doing it with something as niche and specific as Yu-Gi-Oh, kind of gets lost along the way. That's why I consider what the #1 catalyst for like what good content is about to be for YouTube is like Nim Nim Sealed Only, because it was not only like a formulaic thing that could be, you know, something that was episodic and, you know, easy to build upon, but it was also something that was, you could very clearly tell that he had a vision in mind, he was dedicated to a plan, and it was something that he like genuinely did care about. Because before this, like old Yu-Gi-Oh content was just, here's Farfa and friends being racist on yugioh Pro, watching like a magical musketeer Zodiac replay, you know what I mean? Gage has always been a sort of pioneer in the scene, no? Yeah, Gage has been, without a doubt, probably the most important person in regards to the evolution of Yu-Gi-Oh content, for better and for worse. And when I say better, I mean sealed only. And when I say worse, I mean progression series. Because oh my god, progression series has been going on for literal years. I'm so fucking sick of it. I have no love for progression series in it. It just feels so repetitive in not a good way. There's so many things specific to sealed only 1, such as like being able to see Gage interact with people and seeing Gage like slowly piece together this deck and buy like weird products in order to make it all work in some capacity. And then you look at like Rev's Cards, who's been basically just redoing the same series of sealed only over and over and over again for like what, 4 and 5 years, to be like, wow, I sure am opening product again and popping off for the 80th time. It's kind of like Ruxin content or like toy channels, where the original magic of this just got lost along the way. Like Ruggles is a person where I definitely saw a lot of love and passion carried into the game as a whole, but you know, very much tell that this was a channel that was not very sustainable. And when you got to like week 18, week 19, week 20, whatever, all that sort of stuff, it does feel as if we can only go to so many locals and play the same deck or some minor variation of the same deck. You know what I mean? Like we can only play so many fucking hero matches. Like no shame to Ruggles, but like we kind of get it. I still remember like watching this video for the first time like 5 years ago, because I decided to like skip an English class because I wanted to take a nap. I was like watching this on like a park bench. I was just like, oh shit, this is actually good content. Not like good Yu-Gi-Oh content, but good actual like just overall filmography and cinematography and shit like that. But maybe that just is like the natural progression of series and cycles. Maybe that is just the ultimate progression of YouTube and factory farm content. Maybe this isn't something that's 100% specific to Yu-Gi-Oh, but is something that's overall specific to the YouTube sphere as a whole, in regards to YouTube highly favoring content that is mass produced, easy to make, able to be put out daily basis, able to be extremely formulaic. Maybe I'm just whining about how other people content bad and mine good, and I won't pretend that like my content is exactly amazing. My content is basically just commentating about XYZ drama, or like Joshua Schmidt reacted to a what? Or Stun Broken Twitter thread, what? Or 500 Fuwalos videos, like holy shit, it's fucking like 12 of these. I'm not gonna pretend that my channel is exactly any better, because like at the end of the day, I'm just reacting to Twitter threads or Twitter opinions or doing the Asmongold Critical Charlie commentary special. But I do feel a certain sense of burnout when I look at not just Yu-Gi-Oh content, but YouTube content as a whole. How do you feel about content that's mostly community driven, like MBT's Dual Taining? That is something that's unique in the sense where, you know, series like Dual Taining or Luke Von Karma's like dual live series, there are a lot of like funny moments that you could do with like, oh, like here's someone's like spelling out like the word poop in their turn 1, or like someone doing a silly combo, or you know, like a really like horrible back and forth duel. But I feel like at a certain point, a lot of these combos kind of look the same. Like if you remember like the Isolde summon like Armageddon Knight combos into like Hauka Fibrax type shit, where like that combo could literally end on any single board or FTK you ever wanted, or the fact that like, you know, you can only watch so many Exodia dual lives, you only watch so many, you know, like Trap Trick FA duels. It's just like at a certain point, a lot of these series feel like they drag their feet and we start seeing the same things over and over again. And like progression series to me is like the perfect example of a series that has definitely overstayed its welcome, at least in my mind, because we're just watching two people do the exact same thing over and over and over again without any real change to the game, in the sense where, you know, if they do any super duper major changes like Pegasus challenges, it's not even going to be like Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. It's just like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse era on like the school playground. But if we just see people playing Yu-Gi-Oh with bad decks, like we're gonna think like, why don't we just play good decks? Or why don't we just watch like quote unquote real gameplay? But yeah, maybe this is just my personal realizations and gripes as a Yu-Gi tuber / content creator, or like a content manager for VTubers and etc. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on the production of 500 series and 500 Twitter threads and 500 rage bait channels saying, OMG, Fuwalos and MBT hit the gritty together? Ain't no way! This changes everything for the game! Yeah, thank you for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video.